You are looking live at a new broadcast of Zenny 62 Live. Hello. And it's a different title than you're used to if you're a common viewer to my live streams and you're responding to this, but my stream status is good. But I'm doing this as part of an effort to have shorter live streams leading up to bigger ones um, but this one is of particular importance because I'm both in tech and I've covered tech for years, and I have a big concern about how this whole matter of Trump meeting with tech CEOs is being covered in the mainstream media. Okay, I'm writing hello all, no NFL issues for this stream, but later. But later. Okay. There. So that's the what I'm saying here. All right. Now, it was reported earlier today that Donald Trump. In fact, I'm tuning into a number of organizations, but Reuters is reporting that the president had 4-hour discussions with leaders of the top tech companies. For example, he's got a picture of him with Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, as well as the CEO of Microsoft. Now think about it. Apple and Microsoft go back to Microsoft goes back to the 80s. Uh, Apple goes back to the 80s as well. These are established tech companies, not startups. Amazon and Jeff Bezos, same thing. Established startup. Established tech company, not a startup. A big tech company that employs many thousands of people. All of these companies employ many thousands of people, okay? And you got the representative of International Business Machines there, Kleiner Perkins Chairman John Doerr, who is a well-established venture capitalist, a basketball fan, I might add. Qualcomm, you got Oracle, of course, represented, Adobe Systems. But then they mentioned that Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, could not attend because of a conflict. But think about that. Mark Zuckerberg could not attend because of a conflict. What was that conflict? Well, the whole point is the simple fact that he would allow himself to, hey, Dorian, how are you? The simple fact that Zuckerberg would allow himself to uh, say, oh, by the way, I have a scheduling conflict for the president of the United States. Something he's never done with respect to President Obama is huge. And Facebook was established not in 1987 or 97, but 2007 as a company. And now we are 10 years later, and Facebook is an enormous company that employs a large number of people, but in total size of employment isn't anywhere as large as the other companies represented by the CEOs at Trump's table. Facebook is truly a startup company that is, well, struck it rich. And what this points to is a divide. Why are those tech companies there? Those tech companies are there because they seek government contracts. That's what it is. They want help for innovation. They're criticizing the previous administration for not allowing them to help in the okay. But the bottom line is the previous administration gave them a seat at the table. Maybe they wanted too much. Maybe they're conveniently ignoring the fact that they had access and the fact that many different programs were established with them, and then not only that, the fact that the president really helped them maintain their Visa gravy train, President Obama. Okay, so there's no guarantee that Trump would do that. So for some of them, I don't know who said that, to say that is too disingenuous and two-faced, and I just want to put that out there. It really is a horrible thing to do. A horrible thing to do. And But also, I want to establish that Trump saying that he's, this tech president by establishing or having a meeting with established CEOs says nothing. This is 2017. Arguably, everything we're involved in to some degree is tech. You couldn't say that 10 years ago, but today you can. And so now the criticism has to be more, well, the observations have to be more nuanced. That is, all right, when I think of tech, I think of people who, like you out there, who may be watching this, who want to have their own media companies. And you have to use tech to establish that today. Who are software developers, who are full stack developers, who are blog developers. That's all tech. Who write their own code. That's tech. Okay? That's all tech. The challenge today is to make sure that tech continues to be accessible to the common person. Trump does nothing for that. Saying that he's going to have all these tech companies involved with the government, how does that help the lives of the rest of us? It helps them. It helps enrich those companies. That's great for America to a degree. But it's not great in terms of lowering the cost and the access to tech for us. It's not great in ensuring net neutrality so that you don't have to pay for higher bandwidth. Okay? That those are big issues today that we're not at all addressing. And yet all these CEOs, tech CEOs are meeting and, this is great and yada, yada, yada. Well, no. These are established companies. So much a part of their lives that I don't view them as tech companies in the sense that, they're these new hip startups and not Lyft or Uber or, for example, Fitbit, right? Which has grown to $4 billion in market cap in just 4 years. Think about it, 4 years, Fitbit, right? Those are the startups of today. I don't see any of those players at the table. Not the true startups that represent the people who are working hard, making true innovations, and growing, right? That's what I see in Trump doing is just meeting with firms that we've heard of for, if you're 20, 26 years old, these firms have been around all your life. They're established companies. Apple is the richest in terms of value company on earth. Period. It can see $1 trillion in cap at some point, if not all, if by some measure it's not there already, right? So, come on. I really have to make that and get that out of the way. I encourage, and this is why I'll turn to the NFL as a conversation, but from a tech perspective, okay, I could argue that the NFL should be there. And that if you think about tech today, you have to think in terms of verticals, right? In other words, you have a sports tech vertical, you have a fit tech vertical, and so on. Trump just thinks in terms of tech, which is old school in itself. If I were approaching this, I would say, if I were running for office at some level, I would say, hey Alessandro, how you doing, by the way? I would say, have a sports vertical. The NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, MBLAM, Major League Baseball Advanced Media. Have all of them there because they are not only users of tech, but also increasingly makers of their own tech. I encourage the NFL to make its own Twitter style account. Anybody can make its own Twitter style account. Which reminds me, why isn't Jack Dorsey part of the Trump table? You see what I'm getting at? He's Twitter's CEO. He's the founder of Twitter. Where's Jack Dorsey? Not there. Okay? So, give me a break. I mean, and for conservative media like Fox to not point that out simply means that they're not tech savvy. But they want to think that they're tech savvy by talking about this and, oh yeah, we got it going on, and that's such BS. Come on. BS. Complete BS. Not at all. Nah, just, give me a break. I mean, seriously. I can't think of anything more ridiculous. All right. That's all. I wanted to make a live stream about that. I also want to tell you guys watching tonight at 8:30 Pacific, and 11:30 Eastern, I'm going to have Godfather Grizz Jones on to talk about 1 week later the Oakland Raiders Forever Oakland effort to retain the Raiders in our great city of Oakland. So that's at 8:30 Pacific, and that's at 11:30 Eastern. Okay, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. Really want you to tune in and check it out, as they say. Who is it? Who is it that said tune in and check out? Was it Timothy Leary? How do you put it? Tune in and check out, or tune in and block out, or I don't know, something like that. Something like that. Whatever the whole point. Whatever you do, tune in. All right. Now I'm going to start another stream, and this one is different. I'm going to stop this stream. This is about 10 minutes. That's what I wanted. But I'm going to stop this stream, and I'm going to start another stream in a few minutes, and I'm going to talk about the Russia-Syrian effort. What I'm trying to do right now is I have 35,000 subscribers, but I need to gain back the subscribers I had that came to talk politics or tech or Comic-Con, right? So I've got to have a different strategy here than what I've done. And I'm not abandoning it by any means, but the way that the YouTube algorithm has changed is such that if you have people coming in who are on one thing, YouTube's algorithm will actually de-emphasize promoting your channel with respect to the level of engagement that particular video is or is not getting. All right, I know it's a little bit of a complicated thing, but if you're thinking about being on YouTube, this is the new world of YouTube. In the old days of YouTube, hey, you just put up a thumbnail of a hot blonde woman, get clicks, and next thing you know, you had 10 million viewers to hear your real message, right? And people would get mad and say, oh, I expected this blonde woman, but no, you got this black guy. Hey, but the whole point is it helped get out a message. I mean, sorry to take advantage of the foolishness of people, but so be it. All right, ML Scott says, I'm with you. I'd say we set a goal of 50,000 subscribers. ML, I like that goal. By the way, please send me an email if you want to be not considered, but recorded as an angel investor. I can't, or Michael Angel Investor. I can't do that if I don't have your name. I won't make it public. Right? But I want to make sure it's recorded because you contributed $10 and that's great. That's fantastic, significant, right? So I want that recorded. If you would do that. I was looking for the email the other day. Last night I didn't see it. So anyway, let's do that. All right. So I'm gonna. Hey, thanks, ML. My email is zenny@zenny62.com, and I'll put that right here. And ZENNIE@ZENNIE62.com. There, okay? All right. So, be back in a flash with the Syrian discussion. It's very important, all right? I'll see you guys, okay?